In the last session, we have learned commons and literals. And as we are learning syntax, and we will explore further into the syntax of Python. As we know, commons are something we use. Uh, we use them when uh, we don't want Python interpreter to parse and execute them. When we want Python interpreter to ignore certain lines of text, we use them commons. We use commons here. We have the identifiers. What is an identifier? In a Python, the name we use, any name we use is said to be identifier, but there are some rules. Like the language we speak, there are rules for the grammar, for the arrangement of what subject, verb, object, like that. And likewise, if we take any word, that's apple, 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 that is spelling. And if you write in different way, that is wrong, right? Let's say if you take someone else name Mike, and if you write the spelling KIT, it won't pronounce as a Mike, but it will pronounce as a kite. So there are rules, certain things we do in that way because they're meant to be in that way. Because there are rules. Likewise, we have in Python, there are rules for a naming of anything. For example, take a variable, function, class, module, object. These are different things that you may not know about them yet. But thing is that there are rules if you want to name anything. That rule is the rule that anything that we call what is an identifier, a Python identifier is name that is used to identify any of these things, variable, function, class, module, objects. So any name that we use to identify any of these things, we call it as identifier. The rules for the identifier are it should start with a alphabet and it may contain a numerics and a underscore. Should not start with a numeric letter. Got it? So here, what is an identifier? Let's say I want to name some variable that is price equal to $32,540. So this price is a variable. Likewise, different things are there in Python, such as variable, functions, classes, modules, objects. These things, any name that we use to identify any of these things is said to be an identifier. The rules for the identifier are it may start with it should start with a to Z numeric, okay, alphabet that can be uppercase or lowercase, but it may contain underscore or numerics, but it should not start with the numeric letter. Okay, for suppose price is valid identifier. If I do the same 8 price, what you will get, it is not a valid identifier. So what is expected? Error is, it is expected that Python should throw an error. Can you see here? It is an invalid syntax. Why? Because it is invalid identifier. According to the rule, identifier should not start with the numeric letter. It should start with the alphabet. But it is a valid identifier. Can you check this one? A to B 99. Is it a valid identifier? Yes, because it is starting with alphabet. Sorry, it is starting, yeah, it is starting with alphabet, but not the numeric. But identifier can contain alphanumerics, including underscore. Okay. So there are built-in identifiers. Those are called keywords. Okay. What is a keyword? You need to be aware of all keywords. There is no excuse for this one. Okay, so of course you will get to know all of them, because we you will eventually use all of them. But thing is that you should, there is no excuse for that. If you are learning any language, you must be aware of all keywords. What is a keyword? Keywords are also identified, but they are reserved words, so that the programmer can't use for his purpose, such as naming a variable, naming a function, class, objects, and so on. So can you see here what are the built-in? So by tomorrow, you we meet. Make sure you learn all of these keywords. Hmm? So of course we will learn. We will go through each keyword and we'll explore, and eventually you will use all. You will get to know all of them, and you will use all of them. But okay, before we proceed, do you understand identifiers are reserved words? They can't be used by a, sorry, not identifiers. Keywords are reserved words. Keywords are also identifiers, but they are reserved words such that programmer can't use. So for suppose take any one of the any of the identifier here. Take the choose one. Yeah, class is there. Okay, let me try to assign class equal to ninth. Do you see here an error? Why is that? Class is a keyword. Yes, class is a valid identifier, but it is a keyword such that you can't use it. That is what it means. Yes, yeah. Variable. Yes, that is what it means. That is what I'm trying to convey. These keywords can't be used by a programmer to name any variable. The keyword. These are valid identifiers. You may ask, see, class is just it contains alphabets, not even numerics. It is starting with alphabet. It is a valid identifier, but why did you get the syntax error? Because it is a keyword. But let's say class, just say class var. Just take that variable. Now it's working. Why is that? No. Class name class X. Okay. The yeah. No. This is not a reserved word. Class X is a not reserved word, but a class is a reserved word. Okay. Okay. Uh, let's say take anything, but even though that identifier has a class, it doesn't matter. That is not a reserved word. That is valid identifier, not a reserved word. Do you understand? Let's say uh, okay, hello class. Take this one. Is it a valid identifier? Why? Because it has a uh, it starts with the alphabet and contains underscore that is allowed, and it is not a keyword. Class is a keyword, but hello underscore class is not a keyword. So it works. Now, as we move forward, we will learn about variables. What are variables? Okay, variables are like containers in a programming language. We put some values into the variable and we can refer those values later. Give me a moment. I just had a glass of water. Okay, so this look at this one as as it is illustrated by the image here. So think of variables as jars in a containers in a kitchen. Okay, you can put anything into that, and the name of the variable is like a label you write on it. Okay, so you can put anything into the variable. So why do we use variables? Variables, we use those variables in a programming language because we can put some value into the variable and we can refer that value using the name of the variable later. So we use that kind of a store. We use variables as a kind of storage for a to reference later, to reference the values later. Where variables will are stored? Do you know in a computer, RAM, random access memory, ROM, read-only memory. ROM is a hard disk, pen drives, CD drives. RAM is a primary memory where CPU accesses that memory directly, so such that it is called primary memory and it is fast. So if you load any program, that whole program, if you open any program or application, that will load entirely in, that will be loaded into the RAM. Okay, and it is processed by the CPU, such that mobile phones, when you look at the configurations, we tend to buy more RAM phones because we want to use more applications parallelly. But if you have less RAM and more, if you want, if you open a lot of applications, device tend to slow because of not enough memory. And if there is no enough RAM, the system will start using swap memory, but that is different story. But uh, here thing is that these variables are stored in a RAM. Okay, that can be a stack or that can be a heap. Okay, these are different memories, but overall they are stored in a memory, RAM. So you see this container, this box, what is this? This is variable, and what it is having some value 45. So a is a 45. So like a equal to 45. I stored a value a, and now I can refer later that value or a print of a. You can print that, or you can use variable a and add some 5 and you will get 50, or get the percentage. Okay, get the percentage. A is having 45. Get the percentage, that is how much percent, let's say what is 25, okay, which is 100 by 25%, right, into 45, which is oh, right. So we reverse that, right, and here we need to force Python to use floats. Okay, that I'll explain later, but you see, that is, you got the percentage, but this is a fixed value, literal. Instead I can use here a. Okay, which is same, right? But let's put some other value, because variable is like a container, you can put anything. I put now 100. No, like you are asking, can we take like that? Yes, you can take that. There is a data structure for that, that is called tuple. Yes, you can use that. Okay, it has two values. Okay, so we will learn them when we discuss about the data structures or data types. But now I'm putting only one value, a, has a. Now if I calculate again, how much I will get, we will get here. Previously when you used a, we got 11.25. Now when I use a, how much we will get here? 25. No, no, a value is not 300. A value is 100. I replaced that with 100 here. Ah, okay. Just give me a moment. Let me, yeah. Ah, this window is here. I was, oh, 24 will be good enough. Oh, okay. Yeah, so let's put a equal to 45 and calculate the percentage 100 into a. How much is it? If I put a equal to 100, what I'm doing, I'm replacing the previous value. Okay, because in a container, let's say you have a jar or container in your kitchen, and so if you put some, if you pour the sugar, you can't put something else. You have to. You will be able to only replace items, right? Can't mix them. So of course there are different data structures. You can put multiple values, mix different things. But here it is a we are what we are using is an integer. We can only put a one value. So if you put another value, what happens? Whole value will be replaced. Okay. So now if I calculate again, now we get the 25 because 45 was gone, replaced by 100. Now let's continue our path. So likewise, this is what happened. And if you put a equal to 45, and multiple variables can refer to the same value. Here. Do you understand? Let's say here we have another container. So just to show it is a box here, rectangle, but it is a no spherical container to show that these are different types of variables, values these are holding. Okay, and you can make that variable point to another value. This is what happened. It was referring to 45, now it referred to 100. No, this is what happened, right? Previously it was pointing, B was pointing to 45. Now it is pointing to 3.14. Yeah. So same thing. So now I can have A equal to, now A is 100. Now I can put B also 100. Okay. But overall, do you understand the concept of variables? Hmm. Which one? Hmm. Yeah. Which one will vary? We can put 3.1. Yeah, yeah. Here we are calculating with the A only. There is no B here. In this expression, we haven't used. Yeah. We are referring A plus B, which will be different. Okay. It is it is like these variables will be replaced by their values when they are executed. You see, that this is same. So let's do some quiz here. Is it a valid identifier? No, it's a valid identifier. Yeah, where where is not a keyword. Yeah, it starts with the alphabet. Okay. Now, is it a valid identifier? No. What is, can you notice space there? What is the rule? Identifier must. Yeah. Yes. Because what is the rule for identifier? It should start with alphabet, but may contain alphanumerics with the underscore. But we haven't described anything else. Variable contains anything else is invalid. Yes, that is valid. That is valid. Check this. Is it valid? Is it valid identifier? Okay. Is it valid identifier? Because it starts with the alphabet, but it may contain numbers. It doesn't matter if it is a number at the end or numeric at the end or in the middle or after the first letter. Okay. So is it valid identifier? Okay. Is it valid identifier? Tell me. Might or not. No, it is dollar symbol. Yeah, that is anything else. A identifier that contains anything that is not described. Anything else, excluding alphanumerics and underscore, is invalid identifier. Only exception is underscore you can have. And another rule is it should start with alphabet. Okay, is it valid identifier? Uh, is it valid identifier? No. Yeah, we can't have special symbol. Okay, and in the next session, in the coming session, we will learn about data types. Yeah.